This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, get him out of the way now, I guess. The Chris Crawford method of you want the team before they go into the NCAA tournament to lose in the semifinal or the final of the conference championship because you don't want them to be on some massive winning streak going into a big bracketed type of event. So the Mariners lose this one to the Los Angeles Dodgers to secure the series loss in the last series of the season in a almost meaningless game. I'm not going to say it's 100% meaningless. There are some implications, whether it's individual, whether it's, as some people have pointed out already in our chat, the tiebreaker if the Mariners and Dodgers happen to meet in the World Series. But at the end of the day, you're trying to stay healthy, number one, and kind of set yourself up for, as you're locked into the 2 seed at this point, for who you're going to face in the second round of the American League playoffs. This is the Mariners Postcast. Anderson Hurst, Chris Crawford to my left. We break down every single Mariners game, and this was a Mariners game.
It was? I'm so struggling to give a crap, and I know I'm getting paid a bunch of money to make sure that I do care about the game. I just don't. And, you know, the only reason I'm watching right now is individual accomplishments. Seeing if Big Dumper can maybe get to 62. Seeing if Julio could get to 30-30. Seeing if Harry Ford could get his first MLB hit. I couldn't care about the result of this game if you paid me to care about this result of this game. And you kind of are. Yeah. You kind of are. And I still don't care at even a modicum of concern about losing these games. They mean nothing. And I'm so thankful to the Colorado Rockies for making damn sure that these games didn't mean a thing.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you are concerned about stuff. I know a lot of you have a version of PTSD where you've seen enough of this stuff that you want to get concerned. Guys, it's not concerning. It's not concerning. It's get the heck healthy. And unfortunately, you didn't get out of Friday's game healthy. And make sure that you're ready to go for Saturday. That's all I care about. And I think that's all the Mariners care about, too.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to having a little bit, I don't want to say momentum because you're going to have the week off anyway. There is something to feeling good about yourself going into the postseason. And you don't want to be where the Tigers are and backing in after this giant collapse of just a crazy second half to where you're not playing well. But that's not what the Mariners are right now. They did what they needed to do. And at the end of the season, they went on this massive run. And honestly, now I'm almost like for sure to the point where I'm not feeling bad about not playing in the wild card round. And I know I shouldn't have anyway. And I wasn't anyway. I'm going to be completely honest because it's a guaranteed wild card series win. I will take that every single time. But there's a little bit of me where if the Mariners went in, as we just talked about at the top, went into the playoffs with a massive winning streak, it's like, oh, they're going to lose all the momentum that they have gained. But now, since momentum is kind of lost, then great. Break comes at a perfect time. You get yourself healthy, and you're ready to go for the ALDS.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, lots of ways to look at it for sure. And nobody's objectively right or objectively wrong about this stuff. I just know how I feel. I mean, I've seen lots of teams go on long losing streaks before postseasons and back in and do well. And I've seen vice versa.
Yeah.
It ultimately is just about setting yourself up for the best chance of success. And nothing from these 2 games has changed their best chance of success. Guys, if you're worried about the tiebreaker against the Dodgers in the World Series, you made the World Series for the first time. Holy crap. What? Is that your ultimate concern? That, oh no, we have to play 2 games that we've never done this before? I'm done yelling now.
Okay, thank you. I was going to have to fix my earphones there for a second.
No, it's
wow.
accurate. It's accurate. No, To have. Yeah.
I understand where people come from because it's professional sports. Every game matters, no matter what. Even if you're knocked out of the playoffs already, even if you're the Colorado Rockies playing their last
FanDuel
season right now, right? It's professional sports. Every game matters, right? And at the end of the day, some games actually don't matter, right?
Yes.
There are very little implications in this game, but there are some, right? If you want to take a silver lining, but having any sort of worry about the team or being upset with the Mariners because they lost this series, I think is taking it a step too far. But it is worth pointing out that now, if that were to happen, that, hey, if we had won the series in the last series of the season, and some people will still take the trade-off, including myself, of I don't care. I just want us to be healthy and, be good to go by come ALDS time, which I think is more important. So
yeah,
that's all.
That's the bigger concern for me, though, Anders, is they're not. We need to see what happens with Josh Naylor. We need to see what happens with Brian Wu. That's far more concerning to me than losing a game that Logan Evans pitches for 3 innings and that Luke Raley's getting at bats against left-handed pitchers and that a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance matters more than that game. And it should because you've clinched everything you can. You can't improve your seeding. You can't disimprove your seeding. It's over. It's done. It's even. It's just finale. Get Sunday over with. I cannot wait until next Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Mariners lose this one 5-3. Let's talk about the game, though, because while the actual team result matters little, I will say that. It matters little. Some people think it's more. Some people think it's less. So I will put it right in the middle. It matters little and in the grand scheme of things. But some individual performances, you can track trends of players going into the playoffs a little bit. Someone like Randy Rosarena is on the upturn. He's been playing a lot better recently. These last 3 days, he's been hitting the baseball really well. That's a good positive thing for me moving forward. Someone like Andres Munoz is going down a little bit, right? It was a kind of worrisome. I don't want to say worrisome. It was not a very good outing from Andres Munoz today. At the end of the day, and Kike Hernandez again. I swear to God, every time I watch him play baseball, he breaks. But then I look at his stats, and he's terrible. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is.
Well, that's crazy too. Is that he's made a living off of feasting off of left-handed pitching, but what he's done against the Mariners have all come against right-handers. It's just baseball's weird, man.
Baseball's really weird. So we'll talk about the start with Logan Gilbert today. We'll talk about the rest of pitching and the bullpen, what your thoughts are there. And guys, instead of what we normally would do, when again the games have implications on standings and seeding and everything, we'll put it in the perspective of that game. I'm looking at it from each individual player as they're trending towards the playoffs. That's kind of how I'm going to evaluate this moving forward. So we'll take that kind of angle today with the postcast, because I think that's the most important thing. You want to feel good about where these guys are heading into the playoffs. So let's start with Logan Gilbert. What do you think today? This, to me, I've said it so many times, this felt like a 2025 Logan Gilbert start.
Yeah, it was. And that's more complimentary than derogatory, I think.
It is.
5 innings of 2-run baseball, just a horrible slider to Dalton Rushing right down the middle of the plate. Outside of that, I think he pitched well. I saw nothing from Logan Gilbert today that gives me concern about him as a postseason starter. I'm not sure I saw anything that suggests, he's about to just absolutely dominate whatever pitchers. It's kind of interesting because he's probably pitched the 4th best of those guys over the last couple of weeks.
I think so.
But he's still one of those guys I might have the most confidence in still, just because outside of one start in Philadelphia, you just really have avoided those blow up starts. But Logan Gilbert was solid today, an end to a season that was kind of disappointing, but mostly due to injury than anything that Logan Gilbert did.
Yeah, and I like your assessment there about his kind of going into the postseason, as what we were just talking about. He's kind of pitched the fourth best out of all those guys.
That's compliment too.
But he still might be my number one guy. Like game one, honestly.
Sure.
Like that'll be such an interesting decision what Dan Wilson does with him, because I have no idea what he's going to do. But honestly, you can't really argue with either one of them, to be completely honest. So
no, you can't.
I love it. Let's talk a little bit about the bullpen, because, you know, it was decent. You get Logan Evans there for 3 innings, technically gets a blown save. Is that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. If you're pitching in relief and you give up a run that gives up a lead, you get a blown save. So it's a silly little rule, and also shows that blown saves can be a little misleading. The wild pitch, it was a terrible pitch, but I thought he pitched okay. It's not something where it's like, oh, we got to put Logan Evans on the postseason roster or anything like that. But he was there. He was eating innings today. Oh, the definition of eating innings. That was going to be Logan Evans was probably going to give you 3 innings, whether he gave up 0 runs or whether he gave up 13. You're just not wanting to go to Brash or Brash or Pizarro or
quick question. Is this almost a win because you didn't have to go to extra innings?
Yes, 1,000% yes. I would not have wanted to play extra innings whatsoever, with one exception. Kind of would have been nice to get Big Dumper one more at bat. Yeah, that would have been nice to give him that one. But in the grand scheme of things, it's great that they either win it in 9 or lose it in 9. And they went the latter. I would have preferred the former, but they went the latter.
Harry Ford also gets to start at catcher for the first time today. The reason I'm bringing this up in the pitching portion of today's episode is because I'm curious because right before the home run pitch, Harry Ford goes out and meets with Logan Gilbert, and then Logan Gilbert throws the hanging slider. Thoughts on his game calling? Is that any sort of blame here, or did you see any difference with him behind the plate versus Cal? And you know, I know he had a little bit of issues with the stuff in the dirt, like more than Cal does, but I think again, that's more compliment to Cal than detriment to Harry Ford. It's like, oh, this is what a normal catcher looks like behind home plate. But what'd you think of his debut behind home plate for a whole game?
I thought it was fine. You know, and you know, the whole problem with, like, it wasn't the problem that Logan Gilbert threw a slider. It's that he threw a cement mixer of a slider that was just right down the middle of the plate more than anything else. No, Harry Ford isn't going to remind anyone of Pudge Rodriguez or Cal Raleigh behind the plate or anyone like that, but he's certainly athletic enough to play there, and he's getting better. It's so weird. Harry Ford has been around for so long that you think he's like a 26, 27-year-old. I think he's 22 or 23. 23 years old. There's still a long way to go in his development, even when he's not considered a prospect at some point next year. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is. He's going to be a guy who is just still learning the ropes. And what a great guy to learn the ropes from in Cal Raleigh. Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how they use him. But I thought solid game, and great to see that first hit. Like, great to see. You can't take that away. You simply cannot take that away. I think first hits and first homers in particular are some of the most cool non-team related things that you see in the sport.
Yep. We'll talk more about that in the second half of the show today. Really quick, Andres Munoz, what'd you see today? Any concerns moving forward with him?
I kind of loved it. I kind of loved it. And
is it a get it away now sort of thing?
I'm prepared. Guys, Andres Munoz coming into today had 8 appearances in September, a 0.00 ERA, and 15 strikeouts in 8 innings. If you want to struggle, do it today. Right now. And he just didn't have his command. He didn't have it. It happens. It's one of the reasons why reliever ERA is one of the most fluctuating stat for the most part. It just takes one day. If you're a starter and you don't have it for an inning, okay, you've probably got 3 or 4 at least innings, sometimes longer than that, to figure it out. Andres Munoz has a couple of batters at most to figure it out. And I saw a bunch of people saying about, like, Andres Munoz, I'm concerned about it. Yep, he's not Troy Percival. He's not Mariano Rivera. I think that's a little silly to be too concerned about it, to be honest with you. I would have liked to have seen him pitch better in what was assuredly his final appearance of 2025. I'm glad he got the struggles out of the way. More than anything else, I am so glad that he got those struggles out of the way in a game that I personally, your mileage may vary, believe was 99.99% meaningless.
Okay. Let's talk about the offense on the other side. Cal Raleigh chasing 63. Eugenio Suarez chasing 50. But there was some positives as Harry Ford gets his first hit as an MLB player. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break here on the Mariners POSTCAST. Guys, you've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you even have tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rugiet Go Long. That's exactly where Rugiet comes in. It's not just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. The effects last up to 36 hours. That's confidence all day, all night, and even into the next day if you're really feeling spicy. The process is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. If prescribed, your treatment can come right to your door. No discreet packaging, I guess I should say. No big labels or anything like that. So people, you can keep it a little bit to yourself and just feel good when going into the bedroom. Ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to Rugiet.com. That's RUGIET.com and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for 15% off your first order. Make sure to use our code so that they know that we sent you.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Guys, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you are ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers, you just got to bet $5. And if that bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. There's so many things you could use that $5 on, too. There's you could bet on the over-under for a game. You could bet on who you think's going to hit over on yardage. You can bet on who you think's going to score. Whatever you're doing, if you hit and if it's right, you're going to get $300 to play with. That's an awful lot of fun. So if you are ready to play, and you should be, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com and get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Welcome back to the Mariners POSTCAST. Anderson Hurst, Chris Proctor with you. Mariners lose 5-3 to the Los Angeles Dodgers to lose the final series of the season. They could still salvage the series tomorrow. And they're sitting at 90 wins right now. Would love to get them to 91 so that in this kind of 5-year span, in this 5-year span that they get their best record because they hit 90 twice, have not hit 91 before. That's just a little. 500
would be cool.
That is a little thing for me. Plus, I believe it is 90, like 54%. Not going to be that guy. But let's talk about the offense today. I'll start with a positive. Harry Ford gets his first hit as a Seattle Mariner. Besides the hit, what did you see from him?
I thought he played fine. I think that there are aggressiveness issues that he's going to have to figure out in terms of normally what we're talking about is, you're being too assertive. You're looking for, especially somebody who walks as much as he does.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to be aggressive and take advantage of a book that's on him right now that, hey, he's going to take pitches. Be a little more patient. Show a little bit more patience at the plate, but great to get that hit out of the way. I'll be really curious to see if he's part of the postseason roster. I kind of doubt it at this point.
Yeah.
Seems like the pretty obvious two guys on the roster right now that aren't going to be part of the 26 are going to be Logan Evans and Harry Ford. And that's not an insult to them. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to carry those guys. But Harry Ford's a really good player. And if he is not traded in the offseason for what should be a really, really good player, he's going to be a strong backup backstop for you, who I think they're going to find a way to get in the lineup. Somebody's suggesting he needs to find a better eye for the strike zone. He's walked like 100 times in the minor leagues. That's just not accurate whatsoever.
It's literally what he's best at, guys.
It's literally his best tool. Like literally his best tool. But I understand not everybody's watching those minor league games. You shouldn't. They're not all that fun to watch, if I'm being honest with you. He's going to be a good player. He's going to be a good player, and it's great to just, even in a moment like today where it sucks to lose, you still have some really cool individual accomplishments to happen today.
Yeah, and I could see an argument for him over Cole Young, to be completely honest. I'm not sure that they're going to do it, but like for the one scenario of if you're pinch hitting for Mitch Garver late in the game, you still have someone to come in at catcher if you absolutely, God forbid, something happens to Cal. I'm not hoping, obviously not hoping for that scenario.
No.
But it's something to think about.
Well, here's the thing, too, that I'm thinking about now as well, is Harry Ford isn't as fast as Cole Young.
Right.
But he is fast. And he is a guy that, you don't have to pinch run for if he was to do a late inning situation thing.
Right.
He might be a guy you even consider pinch running some of those guys for. Yeah. And it just allows you to play with the Garver scenario a little bit more.
Yes.
It allows you to do a few more things. And if you have enough confidence that Rivas can play shortstop in a pinch, it's not a perfect situation by any stretch of the imagination. Neither is Cole Young. Neither one of them are shortstops by trade.
No.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one. That'll be a fascinating one to see what they end up doing, because it's got to be down to those two.
I just picture a more likely scenario of using Ford than Cole Young, because I'm almost always going to use Leo Rivas at this point over Cole Young. I just don't see any way where he fits in besides maybe a pinch run situation. So I don't know. David Pankey says the Astros should have Christian Walker to be a Mariner this weekend since he owns the Dodgers. Yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been fantastic. The
other
not so great.
Former Diamondback.
Yeah. Oh, he just clobbered the Dodgers in some big time moments. It's a good call, Mr. Pankey.
Rest of the lineup. Randy played well. I'm just gonna try and whip through this as quickly as possible. Gets 3 hits. I'm really encouraged by how he's looked in the last few days. I think it's great that he's kind of finding his groove again. Top of the lineup, it's going to be important that he continues to kind of be that table setter for the rest of it. Cal, this is the first time these last couple of days, and it's totally understandable. This is the first time I've ever seen Cal Raleigh kind of get out of his what's the kind of word I'm looking for?
The routine, the normal swing that you're normally
different
seeing.
At the plate. You could tell he's going for 63, and God, he should. He absolutely should.
Absolutely.
But it's the first time I've ever seen him kind of get out of that zone that he's always in. You know?
Absolutely. And again, it's fine, because Cal Raleigh's not going to forget how to hit. Cal Raleigh is not going to all of a sudden say, I don't even remember how to do this. We saw him hit a double down the line last night, guys. But tonight was a night where he chased. Tomorrow should also be a night where he chases. Hit him lead off, swing for the fence like crazy. Hope that Clayton Kershaw throws an 88 cement pitch right down the middle of the plate 3 times. He gets those 3 homers. It's fine. He was totally fine yesterday. He just had a bad day today chasing after some stuff, and it's hard. It's really hard to swing for a homer and hit a homer in a Major League Baseball game.
And I think that's one of the things that makes Cal Raleigh's season so good is it always feels like he's just having an at bat, and it happens to be a home run a lot of the time. And now, because everything's clinched and he's less focused on the team winning and more focused on himself, which again, everyone's going to take that as like a derogatory thing. Everything's locked up, guys. So that's what he should be focusing on right now. And then also Eugenio Suarez, he had a couple days where he was looking better, and then the last couple, I think it's the same kind of thing. He's looking for 50.
Absolutely. He's never gotten there. Scott, by the way, just wanted to bring that up real quick. Scott Alvarado points out that they did announce they're going to do 2 scrimmages, October 1st and October 2nd. It's $5. All of the money goes to charity too. So that's awesome. It's a really cool thing. I've never seen a team do this. So go do that. Go take advantage of it. And you're in the area, help out a charity and go watch some really good baseball players. But Eugenio Suarez is absolutely chasing after that 50th. He's never hit it. He's gotten to 49. I don't blame him one bit. I think he's going to get to 50 tomorrow.
Jorge Polanco just continues to rake.
Yeah, it's so great to see him hit from the right side like that. And I am so encouraged. And you know what? One of the cool things is, man, let's say, and I don't think this is true at all, let's say Cal Raleigh is in a funk and he's just due for some natural regression. that won't be the reason why you don't win playoff games, because you have enough around him that one of these guys, and guys, I guarantee at least one of them, probably two, are going to struggle in the ALDS. Yes. I guarantee it. But you know what else I guarantee? 4 or 5 of them are not. And it's going to be enough. That's what's so cool about this team. But Jorge Polanco has done everything you could have asked for in 2025 and then some.
He's such a good hitter, man. Like,
he's a great player. He's a great hitter. He is very, very good hitter. Great hitter is probably reserved for some other guys, but he's a very, very good hitter who I have so much confidence in any type of situation to get the job done.
Yep, totally agree. Just a general wrap up here. I realize there might be
a big accomplishment, Anders.
What?
Julio Rodriguez.
Oh,
30 season with 2 stolen bases today. That's freaking awesome, man. A 30-30 season, even in today's day and age where stolen bases are much easier. Still not a lot of 30-30 seasons in baseball, guys, and still not a lot of 30-30 seasons from 24-year-olds. That's his second, by the way, that he's already picked up.
Did Bobby Witt get one this year?
I don't know. I don't think Bobby Witt reached 30 this year because his power has just been down. Still a great player, but it just hasn't put up the bop that we were hoping for. And by we, I mean fantasy managers. Julio's fantastic. And you know what I've loved from Julio? How patient he's been at the plate lately too. He's really working counts. He's really looking for that pitch to drive. But a 30-30 season's a really cool one. I just needed us to mention that one. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, and it kind of hurts my soul a little bit to see him at 798 OPS right now. I really want him to get to that 800. So big day tomorrow. Let's go, Julio. Come on.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to play.
But he's also gotten really unlucky because he's hit a couple really hard line balls. The one yesterday to Conforto that they went off his glove that they called an error after he hit it 115 off the bat, which is crazy. I mean, I get it was right to him, but
it was right to him. Yeah. But if there's ever been a time for Michael Conforto, if I was him, I would march into that scoreboard guy. I would say, you go stand out in left field. I'm going to put a ball in there at 115 miles per hour. Let's see you catch it, and we'll make sure that we have a closed casket for your funeral because this thing's going to hit you in the head, and it's going to suck. I get it because it's right at him, but we need to fix scorekeeping, guys. Yeah. 115 miles per hour shouldn't be an error. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't. Unless it's in the infield, hit right at you, 115 miles per hour, but we don't call errors because guys read fly balls and they miss it by 15 feet. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah, agree with you on that. I honestly didn't even know he had 30-30 today. I watched the game with the sound off, so I thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate that. That's why we have us too. That's why we have both of us today. What I was going to say earlier, wrapping this up in kind of a bow, I understand the PTSD from Mariners fans. The PTSD from 2001 where you had this amazing season and then you just don't do anything in the postseason, right? The PTSD
series, but
the PTSD from 2022 where you win a series but then you get swept by the Houston Astros. And I get it. You're just hoping that all good things can happen to this team as we go towards playoffs, but that's not the way baseball works, guys. So it's okay that the Mariners lost this series. It's completely fine. You could tell both teams were putting out relatively spring training-esque lineups. So it's okay. I think let's get to the break. Trust the guys that they're in the right spot. I think too much is going our way right now to really worry about it. So that's kind of my take on everything.
I think that's a great take. I think that's a really strong one. And I also understand, guys, that especially for a show like us, it's an individual thing. We are talking about the game today, and the Mariners weren't good enough today. If this game would have mattered, we would have been, honestly, I just would have been probably crying, just bawling my eyes out that Andres Munoz finally screws up, and this is what keeps us from. But no, that's not what happened, guys. He had a bad day today. One bad pitch from Logan Gilbert, and I mean, the biggest individual accomplishment today is Luke Raleigh got an extra base hit against a left-handed hitter. That's the biggest individual accomplishment of all time, right? Yeah. And the fact those guys were hitting in those situations tells you that they did not care about winning or losing this baseball game.
Yep, I think both teams were just trying to get it done with, and I think both teams were happy it didn't go to extra innings. So we'll count it as a moral victory for the Seattle Mariners as we move towards the last game of the season tomorrow. It's a 12:10 first pitch, guys. We'll be with you guys right after the game, as we always are. This is our last regular season postcast tomorrow. We appreciate everyone who's been with us, but of course, we will have more of them come postseason time. So we're very, very excited for that. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Chris Crawford, do you have any last words before we get out of here?
Let's just get this over with.